Yo, cave creatures, what up? We're here at Concord, North Carolina at the Mad Monster Party for the Bailout debut. Just got out of the film room and everything went pretty well. Hit all the right beats and we had a good Q&A afterwards. And in terms of screenings, it's all you could really ask for. It was a good showing. Jamie McRoberts put together a really well curated show. I'm going to go through some of the films we saw tonight, just give a quick shout out. So, the film festival opened up with a feature film, H.P. Lovecraft's Dreamers of the Witchhouse by Bobby Easley. So, if you read the story or if you've seen Stuart Gordon's version of it, I was part of the Masters of Horror back in 2005, I believe. This is kind of a deviation a little bit from the story that Stuart Gordon told, in that it leans more into the cult aspects of the Lovecraft story, which I appreciated. I thought it was a good rendition. It was a more female-centric cast than the way the story was originally written, and it has a good twist at the end, which wasn't part of the original story. So um, you think you know where it's going for the most part, and then in the last act it kind of takes a twist. So that was a fun one. Definitely check it out if you get an opportunity. So that was followed up by Inadvertent by Sheridan Sinclair, which was a Reanimator style story, and their main character, their Herbert West character, um, looked almost just like Jeffrey Combs. It's pretty wild how they cast that dude. Yeah, that was a cool story. Check it out. Followed up by that was Birthday Boy by the Wreak Havoc crew and directed by Alexander Julian. It was a black and white 4:3 ratio, kind of a Leave It to Beaver, I believe is how Sammy Castle described it. He was in attendance as part of the producer crew. So it's got that sitcom vibe to it. It's got this father figure with three children who are kind of misbehaving and playing pranks on him, it seems. He's very stern with them. He's very misogynistic to his wife. And then the tables turn on him a little bit. Sometimes you see films like this where it's black and white, 4:3 ratio, and it seems kind of gimmicky. But it was very effective here, and there was some transitions, and then the way the film kind of takes a twist in the last act. I think it came together pretty well for what they were going for, and that was a fun film. After that, we had a film called Whitetail by Josh Minyard, and it's a couple, a man and a woman, who are going out hunting, seemingly hunting for deer, I suppose. It's called Whitetail, kind of a cabin in the woods story where the hunters become the hunted. It's got some good practical effects, some good cinematography, and a fun short story. So Bailout screamed right after Whitetail, and then after Bailout, Lethalogica, I believe it is, Lethalogica screened right after Bailout and continued on some of the phallic punchlines of Bailout. It was a good coupling of films. So shout out Jamie McRoberts for the curation of the lineup tonight. Those that played well off of each other, I thought. I think the audience seemed to appreciate it as well. Um, it was a horror comedy, and I don't want to give too much away, but definitely check that one out. It was hilarious. The last block of films had two shorts. The first one was Upper Palpatine Gold Curse. It's like a folk horror with lots of good outdoor cinematography, which is often difficult to pull off successfully. It's hard to control the sun, but they pulled it off without much shifts and exposure. It was really well executed. Um, if you see it along the circuit, definitely check it out. It's a cool folk horror. The final film was Chateau Savignon by DM Nightmare. And that was a really fun film. Lots of great cinematography, lots of good production design, very cool narrative, well acted. It was very good closer to the night. It had a Edgar Allan Poe, Casca Amaretto kind of vibe to it going on. And that was it for day one. We're going to get back at it tomorrow for day two. We got a full 12-hour block of films. So we'll see you there.